Why has the Axtinguisher been on the receiving end of so many nerfs over the years? Depending on who you ask, you'll be told that it's just because Valve hates Pyro and everyone who plays the class, or you'll be told that it's a conspiracy by the competitive members of the community to make all but the Sixes classes useless. Or you'll get told that it's because Pyro's a no-skill, easy mode class that deserves every nerf it gets. However, to really get to the bottom of this mystery, we're going to have to compare the Axtinguisher to its previous iterations, as well as the role of class balance compared to the health of the overall game. So let's take a quick look at the latest Axtinguisher stats that we got in the Tough Break update. The 100% critical hits against burning players has come back, along with a 33% damage penalty. The Axtinguisher's also gained a 20% slower attack speed, and most importantly, a 75% slower deploy time. And no random crits, to make sure everything's perfectly balanced. The majority of these changes severely limit Pyro's ability to quick switch and kill with the Axtinguisher. In fact, the switch speed is so inhibiting, it almost feels like they're trying to get you to work together with friendly Pyros, almost like the sun on the stick. And that's when I was reminded of the original description of the Axtinguisher in the Pyro update. Back when the Axtinguisher was first released, the degreaser didn't exist, and the flare gun didn't even crit on burning targets. In fact, the Axtinguisher's description even points out that it's a great combination with the flare gun or another pyro buddy riding alongside doing the igniting, just like the sun on the stick. Now, I'm not saying just because the Axtinguisher was designed this way that it should stay this way forever, but it is pretty interesting how these old stats reflect the newest update of the Axtinguisher in the Tough Break update. The switch speed penalty, along with the air blast nerf and degreaser nerf, really suggests to me that quick switch playstyle has had its time, but it's now up. In fact, in most cases, it's far more effective to just continue using your flamethrower than even switch to your Axtinguisher at all. A lot of Pyro players are really disappointed by this change. Now that Pyro's quick switch ability has been nerfed, what does he have? That was the only thing that allowed him to keep up with the other classes. I don't think you're gonna like this, but I think I can explain it too. Not every change is in the best interest of class balance. There are some things more important than that in the game. To illustrate this example, I'll remind you of the summer update of 2013, when the Dead Ringer was nerfed. Valve posted a blog post which stated that the Dead Ringer was nerfed not because it was too overpowered, but rather it was frustrating to play against. Similarly, the stun and instant kill ability of the Axtinguisher didn't make Pyro more powerful than the other classes, but was no fun to play against and awful to get caught up in. The recent changes to the air blast to allow you to strafe out of it more easily, and the Axtinguisher with the slower switch speed, really means you have more chance to react and avoid the Axtinguisher, increasing the amount of counterplay options available. Unfortunately, Pyro had to suffer for this change to happen, but I think it increased the health of the overall game as a result. That being said, I, along with a lot of other people I've talked to, have said that they think that these changes went a little bit over the top. Even ignoring the switch speed penalty, the damage penalty and swing speed nerfs really make the Axtinguisher difficult to use, even in the perfect situations. In fact, sometimes it feels much more useful just to continue pressing M1 with your flamethrower. In order to remedy this, my suggestion would be to either remove or tone down these damage penalty and firing speed nerfs, because if you've got a heavy lit on fire in the perfect situation, you've taken the time to pull your Axtinguisher out, I feel like you deserve to do that damage and have that firing speed to take him out. And there we have it. The Axtinguisher was nerfed not because it was overpowered, but because it was unfun and frustrating to play with and against. These stun locking and instant kill mechanics are ones I really hope to see Valve cracking down on more in the future when it comes to other weapons and classes. I don't think these changes were made with the overall intention of making Pyro underpowered on purpose, but I feel like Pyro being underpowered is just a side effect of making the game more balanced overall. I think that Valve will make more changes in the future, changes that make Pyro stronger based on skill, rather than based on stun locks and instant kills. Until the situation is remedied, the Axtinguisher will remain a pretty underpowered weapon that can be used in some pretty flashy ways if you're good with the detonator, or, as I said before, teamed up with another Pyro in the Scorch Shot or whatever to get a whole bunch of people on fire and then taking them all out with the axe. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video. Now that Valve has removed these cheap and abusive mechanics from Pyro, I hope they spend the time to make Pyro as strong as he can be, while making him fun to play against and fun to play as. So all I got for you right now. Catch you next time.